The Nigerian Senate, Nigerian National Assembly, please, is it a secret court or it is a parliament for the people?
So guys, before I like guys to just watch that full video, let me read out what P2B said about this issue happening in Nigeria about the Natasha and Akpabio, all this our Senate wahala. This was what P2B have to say on that issue. Follow me to this video and then hear everything P2B said. He tweeted his X handle. Too much attention on frivolities as poverty deepens is concerning. It is deeply troubling that Nigeria's political leadership is rapidly descending into an embarrassing spectacle. We are at a time when our nation faces the highest level of actual and multidimensional poverty, soaring infant mortality rates, millions of out-of-school children, one of the most insecure and hunger-stricken nations on earth, grappling with escalating insecurity and countless other challenges. One would expect our leaders to be focusing on and sacrificing solely on providing urgent, transformative solutions to this myriad of problems, but not necessarily. Instead, the national discourse is consumed by trivialities, whether it is allegations of sexual harassment or budget padding in the National Assembly, controversy surrounding state houses of assembly speakership, reckless court judgment threatening to stabilize or deprive the state of funding to provide needed services to the citizens. What is coming out of these three arms of government, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, is disgusting and uninspiring. Executive show of negative power has seen in Osun State the reckless judiciary pronouncement on Rivers State that is capable of threatening democracy, plus the embarrassing scandal from the National Assembly, all combined to give a gloomy picture of our democratic journey. Follow me through. Leaders in these three arms should avoid undue disruptive interference in affairs of subnational government activities. Urgent steps should be taken by the leadership of the three arms to stabilize our polity and stem politicians from defecting to parties where they feel it will be easier to rig them into office. This reckless neglect of serious governance is a grave disservice to the millions of Nigerians who deserve competent, accountable leaders focused on solving real problems. The blatant display of political rascality coupled with widespread irregularities paints a distressing picture of a leadership that has abandoned its core responsibility to the people and is making governance resemble a theoretical performance rather than a serious commitment to public service. While citizens bear the crushing weight of various hardship due to the misgovernance, those in power prioritize personal interest and political gamemanship over the nation's well-being. This mockery of leadership is not only unacceptable, it is a betrayal of people's trust. Nigerians cannot afford to be governed like a reality TV show while millions suffer for so long. It is time for leadership rooted in character, competence, capacity, consistency, compassion, and urgency. Leadership that prioritizes education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation. Anything less threatens the nation's stability, undermines the present, and betrays the nation's future. A new Nigeria is possible. So people have come out to make a comment, because what we hear every day in Nigeria is disheartening. Every day by day we are hearing frivolity, we are hearing rubbish, something that's not even adding to the well-being of Nigerians. Only you are seeing is that this senator is fighting this senator, or this one is this one, because what is happening in Rivers State is a shameful picture of our democratic nature. Because how can the Supreme Court give an order to the CBN to stop allocating public funds to Rivers State? How did they not expect them to carry out their duties in Rivers State? How did they expect the governor of Fubara and his government to carry out their activities in Rivers State without the public funds? This is the level where we are getting ourselves into because of a fight between one person and one person. All that are to suffer is Wike and Fubara are fighting. It's not as if they are fighting, sir. Wike is fighting Fubara. And because of that, they have to stop the allocation to Rivers State. It doesn't make any sense. Then before I like guys to watch that video I say you watch, take a look at how Akpabio suspended Natasha for 6 months. Imagine Natasha came to submit a petition against got to Akpabio, that is the Senate president. She came to submit a petition against him, and guess what? The person that the petition was against was the one that even judged the matter, and then it was the one that also gave suspension to Natasha, that she should be suspended for 6 months for what she did. You know, many things going on in our Senate. Let's take a look at that first of all, and then I'd like us to take a look at that one where that man was asking if our Senate is actually a court, because we don't no longer understand what is happening. Take a look, guys.
That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpabio for 6 months for a total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended, for bringing the presiding officer and the entire Nigerian Senate in general to a public opprobrium. Those in support of prayer one say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. I'd put the question. Those in support of prayer one say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. How do you amend a prayer that is unanimous? Prayer 2, that for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or reducing the tenure of the suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration by the Nigerian Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. I don't think, Senator Abaribe, as a landlord of the Senate, I don't think they heard what I read. So let me just repeat for clarity, that for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or reducing the tenure of the suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before the reconsideration by the Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. Okay, because I thought I heard 50-50. Let me make it 40-60. That for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or reducing the tenure of suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration of this case by the Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. Nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 3.
Liberalism.
Prayer 3. That the Senate do suspend Senator Akpabio with effect from 6th day of March 2025 from all legislative activities forward. Those in support of prayer 3 say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 4, that her office be locked up for the duration of this suspension, and she should hand over all Senate properties in her possession to the clerk of the National Assembly. Those in support of prayer 4 say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 5, that for the duration of her suspension, she cannot come or be seen within the vicinity of the National Assembly, including her staff. But this is normal. Those in support of prayer 5 say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. Again, the ayes have it. Prayer 6, that our salaries and allowances, including those of our legislative aides, be suspended, and withdrawal of all security details for the duration of our suspension. Yes.
That place we call Nigerian National Assembly, the Nigerian Senate, Nigerian House of Reps, all of them, share a secret court or in a parliament we're supposed to make law to better the life of the people. You see this case between Senator Natasha Akpabio and Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Make una no dey distracted. Me, I'm not one of those people who you can fool with this kind of issues. The issue between Senator Natasha and Senator Akpabio is only confirming that we as Nigeria, we have more serious problem. The problem with Senator Natasha or the allegations she raised is not just a problem on its own. It is a symptom of a bigger problem. Nigeria as a country, we are in deep shit if the National Assembly can conduct themselves the way they are conducting themselves. So for those of una, I pity una wey know how to support wetin dey wrong because you think say maybe na woman dey involved or she talk against person wey you like. Nigeria, we are in trouble. In fact, the way the Senate don't play out, it only goes to confirm part of the allegations of Senator Natasha. The entire Senate is a bunch of captured people. Everybody have been captured. So anybody wey try to say your opposition or to go against the constituted authority, you can be sidelines and there could be consequences for you. So if you see any senator get up to talk, it is not because there are not good people there who do not know what is right or what is wrong, but nobody has the courage or the spine to speak up and defend what they know that is true. So every senator or lawmaker where they talk is trying to defend their own access to power. It is a battle of the sycophants in chief. Everybody is observing table manners. When you eat, you do not talk. So make I no go talk, make I no go against the people. Imagine a country where a National Assembly that is supposed to be serious with debates to help the people, everybody is sleeping on one side of the bed, so there is no meaningful opposition. That is to show you that the country can never move forward. So when you see some of the lawmakers where they vex, say, Senator Natasha, is it just about chair because they change your chair? No, it is obvious that there is an underlying issue before that change of chair for the senator to have reacted in that way. So waiting some of them, they vex, they say, why are you raising more serious issue from a smaller issue? This issue of change of chair is a small issue, you can overlook it, but they have failed to understand that there are more issues that have already been raised. Because a senator got up, she did not only allege sexual harassment, she alleged abuse of office by the Senate president and also malicious ambition to scuttle her, deprive her of her legislative powers. Nigerian Senate now don't give her 6 months suspension. So what now happens to the allegations against the Senate president? Because we now, as Nigerian politicians, you know how to quickly say you copy a system of government from America, you copy the presidential system of government from America. But waiting we now know the copy from America is accountability, transparency, following the rule of law, and competence in leadership. Because Nigeria is not a country of laws. We are a country that is governed by lawless people who make laws for the poor but cannot abide by them. Because if we are a country of laws, the Senate president, of course, is innocent until proven guilty. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. But you should know that as the number 3 citizen, you must be held to the highest ethical standards. And when you hold public office, you hold the public trust of the people. So the Senate president must be in a hurry to prove his innocence, to recuse himself and allow an independent investigation to establish the facts so that you can gain the trust of the people in that institution. Because it is not about you, it is also about the institution as more as it is about you. But Nigeria, there is nothing like that. It is anyhow, na wuru wuru. So everybody go just they move along. On a normal day, agencies like the ICPC, Independent Corrupt People and Practices and Other Related Offenses, people like the Public Complaints Commission, even the police can take up the allegations to investigate. Because of course, sexual harassment is an offense under the Penal and Criminal Code. But who you want to go investigate? You want to investigate the constituted authority. So as much as the case of Senator Natasha is a serious issue, we must not zero in on it alone. We must look at the bigger picture. Nigeria, if you have a National Assembly that is supposed to be performing oversight over other arms of government, has been completely hijacked, and there is no meaningful opposition. Even lawmakers are afraid to speak up, even to vote. They fear to vote out so that they no go fall out with the powers that be. Then we are in deep shit. we are in serious trouble. So all of us must they look for opportunity where we ourselves must go that National Assembly, go and demand electoral reform to overhaul INEC, so that by 2027 we begin to drain the swamp, to retire the bunch of non-essentials who are occupying government offices for their personal good instead of public good, and ensure that we send in competent people who are able to lead this country for the sake of Nigerians, for God's sake. If not, these shenanigans you are seeing our lawmakers do, it will not end until we overhaul these institutions and this system. And that can only be achieved through electoral reform. So good, we fight for Senator Natasha, but Nigerians, we must fight for ourselves in terms of getting electoral reform. If not, we are in even more trouble than we think. May Nigerians get the courage to wake up, unite, and make demands to liberate ourselves. God bless Nigeria. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
So guys, I believe you heard that video, you watched it, and these are the things we've seen on our country, Nigeria. So amidst the hunger and the hardship in Nigeria, these are the things they are facing. For over 1 week now, this has been the talk of the town. And Natasha and Akpabio, and none of them have even come out to say, okay, how do we tackle poverty in Nigeria? How do we make our people to be able to afford necessary things? It's not all I'm hearing is, oh God, I'm tired of, oh God. Tired of this country. Imagine hunger. Every day by the way, hearing hunger, kidnapping up and down, insecurity up and down. But they will not tackle that thing. No, it's now fight between their self. They're carrying out for us to carry on our head. Oh, just air your views in the video. I cannot even talk much again because this stuff, my head is saturated. Now air your views in the comment section. I basically guys say my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned, guys.